Good morning. Boots on the ground, phone in the hand, salespeople. Do you ever get in a sales slump? This show is for you.
Yes. Yes,
So,
ma'am. This is the Slump Buster.
Slump Buster. Welcome everyone to the Slump Buster SellOut Show, where we're always sold out. I am Dianna Guerin, the irreverent sales girl, where my mission is to bring a dash of dignity to the art of selling.
Hi, Dianna. Hi, everyone. I'm Shawn Sandy. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer of the Selling Agency, where we coach humans how to sell to other humans. Because if you're selling like Eeyore, all doom and gloom, it's never going to happen, you're just always going to be a sad ass.
A sad ass. As opposed to a
badass.
Mamma Jamma. She's a badass Mamma Jamma.
Yeah.
How's the song go? She's a bad Mamma Jamma.
Mamma Jamma. Just as fine as she could. I don't sing in front of people, but for some reason I am compelled to sing in this show. I sang, you got to know when to hold it. Like, that's just, I hate my voice, but there's something about you people out there that compels me to get all, jazzy and jiggy with it. And,
You make Shawn sing. Which is actually not a bad lead-in to, it's not a bad idea to like actually sing and dance it out when you get in a sales slump.
Oh, no. Yeah, we have a whole, what we should do is we should put some links to our favorite songs, like Timmy Trumpet Freaks and Nerd Rockstar, Jason Nevins mix, like all these songs that really like just get you pumped up and stuff.
Defying Gravity.
Oh, yeah. That's from Wicked. Is that the one you love?
Yeah. It was Kelly Ellerson. She's amazeballs. Okay, so anyway, I'm sure you've never been in a sales slump, but how do you coach your sellers out of? I happen to be in a little teeny sales slump right now, but I know why I am, so that's always really helpful. But anyway, what do you do? What do you coach your sellers to do, and what are the pitfalls that you need to avoid when you're in a sales slump?
Well, you just landed on the first thing is, why am I in a slump? I think I wrote a blog post about this a while back, and it's like, there's a couple different reasons why you get in a sales slump. And usually, and tell me if this is what's true for you right now, my sales slumps always came after a high, after a big win, for a couple different reasons. One, you're tired. Like, you worked really hard to get it. I'm tired. And you let off the gas, right? Or, all your focus and energy and efforts were on bringing this one deal to close, and you let off the gas on prospecting and building your pipeline, moving those opportunities into the next stage of your pipeline. And, the other piece of it is you just kind of got a little complacent, and over a longer period of time, let off the gas on the activities that build pipeline and move stuff forward. So what do you know? Like, can you share?
Yeah, I'm happy to. So, first of all, I am probably the world's biggest laurel rester that there ever was.
Laurel rester. That's
resting on my laurels. So it's something I really watch out for, Shawn. It's why I track all of my activity every week, no matter what, because you're right. When I get, like, I had an unbelievable fourth quarter last year, right? Like, whoosh. So the danger is that I'll rest on my laurels. That doesn't happen to be the thing that's happening this time, but I'm not going to lie. I've done that. And there are so many really great salespeople out there that tell me that as soon as they sell a big deal, then it makes them all pumped up and jazzed up to like go kill some more. And I'm just kind of like, wow, that's so impressive. I wish I were wired that way. You're not guilty of laurel resting, are you?
No, you know what though? It's all about like your internal DNA. I get bored and I love a challenge. So I'm always like, what's the next challenge and what can I learn and create and build and absorb? So like if that's not necessarily why I would ever get in a slump is getting, resting on my laurels, because I'm just always up for the next challenge. But I definitely would let off the gas if like I worked really hard and closed a big deal or whatever. And then I found that, I just hadn't put in the work, for the other opportunities, that I was like, oh crap, I gotta hustle back up here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the reason I'm in a slump right now is because I pivoted to two bigger kinds of two bigger kinds of sales. So I took on two clients that are doing brand new, bigger stuff. So
Right.
how this would apply if I were, in just a job where I was only selling for the company that I was working with is sometimes you pivot into new marketplaces or you pivot into new verticals, or
Right.
you've gotten really great at landing a particular size deal and now you're really working to fill your pipeline with bigger stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think you have to remember, and what I have to remember, is that it's almost like starting a new job. Like you just got to give yourself room for the ramp. Give yourself room for the ramp. So in some ways, you would want to like not characterize that as a slump. It may be a shift in your revenue. That's why I love all of our boots on the ground, phone in the hand sellers, is because it takes a lot of courage. It's almost like having your own business.
Oh, yeah,
To
absolutely.
be a salesperson, right? Because the commissions come and the commissions go, and the commissions are big or the commissions are small, and you really got to manage yourself like a business owner, but not characterizing it as a slump, like really reframing, as Jill Conrad likes to say, to be like, hey, look, I'm learning a new skill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning a new marketplace. You're not good at every marketplace right off. I don't care how good. Grant Cardone, come on. You're not good at every marketplace right off the bat. What do you think about that?
I agree. Room for ramp, but that's a different kind of lull, right? That's a different kind of, a lull in your success. I wouldn't maybe call that a slump. Now, a slump where you're like, oh, I'm not closing anything. Or I talked to a salesperson yesterday or the day before, and like, you know what, we're super busy right now with opportunities, but nothing is landing. So
yeah,
my advice was, okay, are they the right opportunities? Is it the right opportunity? And if you are sure these are right opportunities, then you got to do something different. Check your opportunities. Did we pre-qualify them enough? Are they in our wheelhouse? Is it outside our wheelhouse, but we chased them anyway? Like that could be part of the problem. But number two is you got to do something different. Like you shake it up, stand on your head, go, if you're following up with phone calls and emails, then try showing up or, doing something. Just, you got to shake something loose. Like, shake it off.
Well, I also find that you remember that episode that we were talking about excuses are or it was a challenge. It was the skill builder episode where you're like, excuses are lies that you tell yourself. I really think that applies, and a lot of times if you get really straight with yourself when you're in a slump, you stopped doing something that you know to do, and you're lying to yourself that you didn't, and it's probably prospecting.
Oh, okay. So that's so good. So if you get really straight with yourself, I'm just repeating you, but it just struck me as such something you need to internalize. If you get really straight with yourself and admit the reason that you're in a problem is because you stopped doing something that you should be doing.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't figure it out. It's it, right? It.
You may not want to admit it even to yourself, but the truth shall set you free.
Yeah. Well, I can think about, whenever I've had like a, crappy quarter or I ever was in a slump, that's kind of always the advice my boss would give me. He's like, all right, well, let's go back and take a look at what you're doing. What were you doing when you were successful? What do you know that you should be doing right now? And that's when you're like, okay. All right.
Well, and that's a lot to your point too. You worked really hard on one big deal where you left the prospecting behind while you were working on this big deal, and guess what? Okay, so but what are some of the pitfalls of being in a slump that you've got to avoid, or else you're screwed?
Well, like the Eeyore system, like, oh, it's just, I'm never going to get back there. Or what I see a lot of times too is, well, we need better pricing or we need better leads. Ooh, don't you come at me with that. You better take that back. Don't you come at me with that. We need better pricing.
You mean more expensive pricing? That's way better pricing.
We need more competitive pricing. I don't buy that for a second. Unless you're a straight up ass commodity, I don't buy it for a second. Next, we need better leads. Go check your pipeline. go check your pipeline. Either you did not pre-qualify people and have crappy opportunities, which you need to be better at pre-qualifying, or you're just sad at follow-up. Schlumpy, sad, frumpy, bad, not good, lazy at follow-up.
Terrible, horrible, no good, very bad follow-up and follow-through. Follow-up and follow-through is absolutely everything.
That's some tough love right there. Yeah, don't come at me with, I need better pricing. I don't have any leads. Yeah. You
never
try this again.
Don't try that with Shawn. No pricing, no better leads.
No. If somebody else can sell it, you can sell it. Yeah, that's right.
That's exactly right. I think another thing is what I find when I start to get so maybe it's not a slump. Maybe it's like, room for the ramp or whatever I'm dealing with right now. But still, when revenue starts to like not be as fluffy big as it was last quarter, it starts to, we start to close in and start to focus on our own concerns. And then we get that desperation that, as you talk about, people can smell from a mile away. It is a stinky cologne. And you start to think about making it.
Yeah.
Surviving.
Right.
As opposed to, what the hell is going on in this person's life that I can solve? Which is really where there is to get back to is, if you're in a slump, you probably stopped thinking from the customer's perspective about the problem that they're actually trying to solve. And they can tell. They can tell when it's all about them, and they can tell when it's all about you.
Absolutely. And please, dear Lord, do not ever say, well, it's the end of the month and maybe we can make a deal. You can help me out. I can make my blah, blah, blah. Don't. Just don't. You are giving salespeople a bad name if you pull that crap.
I did that once. It was a long time ago, but I was like, that was so stupid. I got off the phone. I'm like, Dianna, what the hell was that? Do you ever have those moments, Shawn, where you're like, what the hell did I just say? or you're writing the email and you shouldn't hit send, but then you see yourself hitting send. You probably don't do that, but oh man, every now and then I'm like, what the hell was that? Sometimes you just have to save your own soul.
Yes, you do. Yeah. Yeah. But just, don't take the easy way out. Don't blame everyone else for your issues. Everything is under your control. Everything is under your control. If you truly believe you have a crappy product and a crappy company and the pricing sucks, go get another job. If you think that you don't have enough leads or prospects, go get more leads and prospects. Go back to your pipeline. Trust me, they're in there. It's all up to you. So that's, you got yourself into this situation, you can get yourself out, but you've just got to, like Dianna said, go back and do what you know you need to do. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Well, and you touched on a really important part of, like on the Solid 6 blueprint of location. Marketplaces change over time. If you really think that you're now in the buggy whip business, then, put on the big girl pants, big boy pants, and, review your industry. Read Lee Bartlett's book, the #1 bestseller, about how to make sure that you're selling the right product in the right marketplace. And if you're badass mama jama, you'll go find that right place because they want you with your killer skills. So
absolutely,
there are ways, but never ever give up and get in communication with somebody. Your therapist, your vice president of sales, your best friend, us. Hello. Comment. If you're in a slump, you haven't even tried us.
I know, right? Yeah. So that brings up, what? In the comments below, if you've ever been in a slump, let us know what you did to get out of the slump. I mean, I swear to God, if anyone does a Bull Durham there, I don't know if we can put that out there, right?
You could send the movie clip. Send a song. Send us your Slump Buster song.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. All right. So you got this. You can turn it around. Yeah. We believe in you. Don't buy your own lies and excuses and stuff. You put on some happy music and bust a move, and you got this. All right.
Stop hoping
and start selling.
That's right.
Bye.